Welcome to Trivia Viral. Our channel covers all the latest analysis and recaps on TV shows and movies, as well as interesting stories and facts that you may not have known. So sit back, relax, and subscribe to our channel if you have been enjoying our videos so far. A man who is an architect and who is happily married has his house all to himself. It is decided that he will stay at home with his dog named Monkey. This is done so he can recuperate from work and a physical therapy appointment for his shoulder injury. At the same time, his wife and children are going on a family-planned beach trip. He has a wealthy artist wife who is very successful. She leaves their assistant in charge of a sculpture that needs to be transferred to an art gallery. The man, who is living in his very beautiful and expensive home, is now alone. He is working on renderings for a house project that is currently underway. Two women, one brunette and one blonde, knock on the door of the man during a rainstorm. Soaking wet, they ask him about an address for a party they're going to. Their phones had died, so the taxi driver dropped them off. Because they do not have any other means of communication, the man permits them to use the internet to find the party and contact the host. The man knows the address, and he offers to call an Uber driver to take the passengers there. However, the closest driver will take 45 minutes to get them. Meanwhile, the girls are making themselves comfortable at home. The man is playing a few of the old vinyl records that he has from when he was a disc jockey. The conversation then turns to the issue of human polygamy. The girls tell the man about their work as flight attendants, and they tell him about how they get into relationships with new men in every city that they fly to. Later on, the taxi driver arrives, but they disappear into the bathroom, so the man brings them their clothes, but he finds them nude. He tries to get them to leave, but when they start forcing themselves on him, he gives in and has an intimate threesome with them. The following morning, the man finds them eating breakfast and watching Family Feuds. They don't seem worried about leaving. He loses his patience. He offers to take the people home because they have not taken the cab yet. Then he returns inside the house, only to find out that the sculpture that his wife's assistant had been assigned to collect for the art gallery has been vandalized. When the man threatens to call the police, the girls say that they are underage, showing that they can control him. Since he became intimate with them, he risks being charged with misconduct with a minor. A friend of the wife comes over and asks if the man needs some assistance. However, she sees the brunette and assumes the man is cheating, so she leaves angrily. The man threatens to report that there has been a break-in, so they give in their consent to be taken home. After he drops them off and drives off, the girls don't go into their house, so he returns home and cleans up the mess that the girls have made. And he tries to return to his work. Just as he is getting closer to finishing the work on his project, he hears a loud shattering noise. When he steps over to pick up a broken frame, the brunette hits him with one of his wife's sculptures and knocks him out. The man wakes up tied to his bed, while the brunette is putting on makeup messily. Then the blonde shows up wearing his daughter's school uniform. The blonde creeps on top of him, acting flirty and trying to roleplay with him. The man initially refuses, but the girls say they would FaceTime his wife with him, putting him in a compromising position. Even though he is disgusted, the man realizes that by moving on his bed, he can loosen the chains on which he is bound. So he plays along. So the blonde assaults him while the brunette records everything that happens without his knowledge. A few minutes later, the man finally breaks free. He leaps up at the blonde and knocks her aside. He charges at the brunette, and she stabs him in the shoulder with a fork. She pins him on the ground. Then both of the girls tie him up to a chair using an electrical cord. They pretend to act out a TV show and torment him with loud music. So the assistant arrives to collect the statue that the man's wife left in his charge. The two girls take the man's phone and text the assistant to say that their niece and friend are staying there. They then hide the man in a room. The assistant enters the area using his keys. When the man finds a vandalized statue, he panics. Right away he realizes that these two girls are lying about why they're in the house. The assistant finds a man strapped to a chair, but before he can help the man, he hears the girls smashing the vandalized sculpture. He runs to stop them, but then he experiences an asthma attack when he realizes that they have taken his inhaler. The girls tease him by keeping the inhaler out of reach. As he tries to get it back, he slips on a piece of sculpture that knocks his head on the edge, passing away. So the brunette and the blonde turn the assistant's body into a red sculpture. Then they dig a grave in the backyard for the man. They frame the assistant's passing on the man's jealous rage for having an affair with his wife. They also tell him that they have been monitoring him for several days. He is unsuccessful in his various attempts to call 911 and escape from the house. They tie his legs together with hoses and bury him in a hole, leaving only his head above the ground. This time the brunette shows to the man the video that she filmed earlier on his phone of him and the blonde getting intimate. When the horrified man sees the video, she uploads it to his Facebook profile. In the end, they spare the man's life, even though they let the assistant pass away. So they explain that this is a game they do, and they were used to tricking fathers into doing this type of thing. They lead the man to try to dig out of the hole, and they take the dog with them. He helplessly watches the video being uploaded to YouTube and all the comments coming in. When the wife and the children arrive home, they see that the entire house has been destroyed. They are speechless.
What are your thoughts about this story? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe if you would like to see more similar videos, and give us a thumbs up to get more recommendations of our videos. Be the first to watch the latest videos by clicking the bell icon. See you on the next video.